What the real problem is like, I'm not a real YouTuber, so I gotta be like the worst car YouTuber in the world. I mean, I must be like the worst channel. Hi, my name is Jason Woods. Welcome to Chasing the Apex. So if you're new to the channel, what we do is talk about the emotion that driving brings. We don't necessarily focus on the stats or the specs, and there's a reason why. The reason why is exactly this question from Eddie. Now, so when Eddie talks about this, Eddie's saying, hey, you posed the question, is the RS3 better than its bigger brother, the RS5? But you didn't really answer it yourself. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't, and I'll tell you why. Okay. The first reason I didn't answer it myself is because I encourage everybody to go drive both cars, because something that suits me may not suit you. Okay. Now, the next question is would I purchase an RS3 over an RS5? The answer is yes. Yep. For my money, I'm going with the RS3. And here's why. I'm going to go with the RS3 because it's more visceral. It's more engaging. For one, I can hear it. It's light, it's nimble, and really just engaged me better. The RS5, as beautiful as it is, and it's super powerful at 444 horsepower, it's a lot of car. It is also very well refined. So there's some perfection that went into the RS5 that I think takes away from the experience. I know that doesn't, somebody somewhere, an RS5 owner is probably gonna be like, what? It's perfect, therefore you don't want it. No. It's perfect, therefore it's too perfect. So I can't hear it, right? I like the RS5, don't get me wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm a huge fan. The reality is the RS3 is less perfect. So I can hear it, and that engages me. So there's a lot of things going on when you're driving, especially at a quick clip. Even if you're canyon ratting. By the way, there's a difference between canyon fast and track fast. And we shouldn't be confusing the two, right? Any track guy, any guy that's been at the track knows that canyon fast is not track fast. Okay, I just want to get that out of the way because I've gotten that question before. Excuse me while I have a drink of beer. So, when we talk about the RS3 is loud, it's obnoxious, but it's got plenty of room. And I love the interior of it. And I'm not going to do a bunch of fancy editing here, right? I'm just going to talk. And anytime you guys see me vlogging, I'm just talking. It's kind of just the way I am, right? So I think the better bang for the buck is the RS3 for me. Now, I got to tell you though, if I was going to commute something, right? So let's say I had the money for both. I would want both, right? What would I use the RS5 for? I would use it on a longer trip. I would use that on a 6, 8, 10 hour trip, simply because it is more refined. The reality is it's just as capable. It's more capable. You know what I mean? Its quarter mile times are better. Its horsepower is better. Everything's supposed to be better. You know what I mean? That's where the stats start to matter, right? In my mind is when we are starting to measure, right? We're starting to measure based on paper. The reality is paper does not conjure a driving experience. And I want to cover that real quick here, right? So if you're new to the channel, what we do here is we talk about the experience that driving brings and the emotion that it conjures, right? Because I believe the emotion sells cars. Now, and I'm going to reiterate that again, right? The emotion that driving brings sells cars. I know car manufacturers, you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Now, some people will sit on forums all day long and they'll compare spec sheets. Well, by engineering specs, this equals this. Any driver knows. Every driver knows. Put it on a track, right? A real driver is going to be a real driver regardless of the vehicle. So that means they're going to be going based on preference. And Audi just makes a wonderful product. I like the A5, I like the RS3, I like the RS5. I don't know what they make that isn't good. I haven't driven their whole lineup though, but those three models have been excellent. All of them. So when we're talking about that, right, we're going, so you just like Audi? Yeah, I kind of do. I've liked every product I've experienced from them. Each of those products has been a good experience in driving. So I haven't driven one bad yet. But, you know, I should also, you know, at least explain my perspective. I like light, nimble cars. I do. I like being able to toss a car around, and I like judging those driving dynamics. And quarter mile times mean very little to me. So when you're asking me where I'm spending my money, it's not in quarter mile times, okay? I'm looking for an experience. Now, I don't own the RS3 or the RS5. I own a GT4, and you're asking me which I prefer. And I prefer the RS3. That would be where I'd spend my money. So I think I'd get more bang for my buck, and I think I'd have more fun more regularly in it. So that's my perspective. Not that the RS5 is bad. The RS5 is wonderful, okay? You're asking me where I'd spend my money. And I'd spend my money on the RS3 because it's more visceral. It's more engaged. You know, I think they, with the RS5, they took a little bit of time to add a little too much refinement. And I know to somebody somewhere, what I'm saying doesn't make sense. But to those of you that do understand, I think you understand. So, and I think even RS5 owners would argue that one of the biggest problems with the RS5 is you can't really hear it. And hearing it is part of the experience. Now, you could probably change out the exhaust system and that would change it all, right? So, you know, that's the easy solution to that. If you want the extra 100 or so horsepower, it's there. Just change out the exhaust system. You know, it's a very well put together vehicle. But for me, out of the box, it's going to be the RS3. So thanks for watching Chasing the Apex. I want to end this, end this little vlog with two things. One is I want to send my thoughts and prayers to Croatia. Those folks had a pretty nasty set of earthquakes. And then I want to send my thoughts and prayers to also the UK. So I know the UK and Ireland, most of Europe is going through some really hard times with COVID. So you are in my thoughts and prayers, and I know you will recover. I know you guys got hit harder than we did in the United States. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you guys to end this. So first of all, shout out to Mark DOUST. He's gonna say, Jason, why are you wearing a ball cap? It's because it's cold, man. I'm bald. Everybody knows I'm bald. You know I'm bald, but it's cold. It's cold in my garage, so I'm gonna wear a cap. Keeps my head warm. All right, the next question I get is, they're like, hey, why don't you dress up this somehow? And I'm like, I don't know, with what? What do I dress it up with? It's not like I'm a real YouTuber, right? Real YouTubers have like neons and stuff going on there. But I wouldn't know what to dress it up with even if I did. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. And I think my final question is gonna be, what do you think of the poser sticker? So I put the poser sticker on the GT4, and simply because I guess it's a thing to do, I don't know. So somebody suggested I do it, so I did it. So generally what I do, right, is I take what you guys say into consideration. And I take it very seriously, right? So if you guys are like, hey man, put a poser sticker on your car to advertise your channel, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but I don't like them. I don't like poser stickers. It's probably gonna come off, by the way. I think they're a little ostentatious. Ostentatious. I think they're a little ostentatious. So in that, I think it's probably gonna come off. I don't think it has any place on a GT4. I think it's weird. But please, help me out, man. Hit the like button, hit the comment below. It helps this video do well and it keeps the channel going. So I would really appreciate it if you took the time to comment. It helps, man. It really does. And to all you commenting, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Anyways, thanks for watching Chasing the Apex. And so what we're gonna do is later on this week, we're gonna talk about some things I've done to the GT4. So I'm trying to release twice a week. I'm trying to release like a vlog-ish thing on Saturdays and your regularly scheduled Chasing the Apex on Wednesdays. However, sometimes it's been coming out on Tuesdays. Now it's been coming out on Tuesdays because I gotta work, right? So sometimes it's just easier for me to release on Tuesday. I wanna make sure you have your product because I don't know what's gonna happen, right? So the world's a funny place right now and my work is kind of up in the air. So that means that, you know, something could happen and I have to go in last minute and I just wanna make sure you get your release. Anyways, thanks for watching Chasing the Apex. And so we'll see you Wednesday where we talk about some of the things I've done with the GT4. Trust me, not that much, right? But, you know, I do want to cover it and what some of the things we're going to do with the GT4 and then some of the things we have in our future. So, you know, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, and welcome to my garage. If you're new to my garage, this is what my garage looks like. And if you're new to the channel, this is where I vlog, in my garage. So when you have questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. And I'm sure this is gonna be the worst, most terrible vlog ever.